Good morning. This is StayTunedSandusky.com. I'm Matt Westerhold, publisher and editor of StayTunedSandusky.com. Working on some stuff this morning. It's January 20th, 2026. And at 10:30 this morning, Judge Beverly McGookie will be at a hearing for Ashley Ford, in which the judge is going to decide whether Ashley Ford's argument that Kevin Baxter should be removed from the prosecution, she'll make a decision about that and set a trial date for Ashley on the forgery and mortgage fraud charges. Ashley's toned down at least a little bit her verbose commentary at social media. Prosecutors have in past court cases alleged that Ashley exploits crime victims and she makes allegations against police in an effort to draw attention to herself and monetize her social media activity. She considers herself, she's a podcaster, but she also considers herself an investigator, a journalist, and a advocate. She's the only advocate I've ever known that would post photos of a child rape victim, and she's never explained why she would post that at her social media pages. And the only thing I can think of is she posts those things like that, just as prosecutors allege. They allege she fires up her social media pages and she monetizes it. But she is facing trial later this year. I'm not sure when, because the court docket is a little unclear. The hearing is 10:30 this morning. Today is Tuesday, January 20th. And the hearing is this morning. But the only thing that's going to be decided, as best I can figure, is the motion by defense attorney Peter Patakis to remove Kevin Baxter from the case. For Patakis contends that Mr. Baxter is a witness in the case. He wants to call him as a witness case. It's an old ploy from Elizabeth Baumgartner, the disbarred attorney who's a big supporter of Ashley Ford's. And I should mention that Joe Baumgartner, Elizabeth's husband, is a big fan, or he's a fan. He tunes in to these broadcasts. So hi, Joe, if you're out there. I hope you're doing well. Elizabeth has accused everybody of something. She's like Ashley Ford's mentor, or the example Ashley follows, I guess. Elizabeth was convicted 20 years ago on charges similar to what Ashley was convicted of. But while Ashley got probation last year, Elizabeth was sent to prison for 5 or 6 years. So this is all interesting. The Ashley Ford hearing at 10:30 this morning. Also at 10 o'clock this morning, Cleveland Missing. Moving on to another topic, Cleveland Missing is having a news conference this morning in Cleveland where they promise to announce big news. Cleveland Missing has advocated on behalf of the family of Amanda Dean for about 3 years. They picked up on news coverage that was in the Register in December of 2023 and began advocating for the Dean family. But since then, they've become sort of a shill for police. They're hiding. The big question as far as the Amanda Dean case now is, why did it take 6 years to start a murder investigation? Amanda Dean was missing for 6 years, and it took the family fighting and asking for a proof of life from the sheriff, a demand and public pressure that brought BCI in to investigate. The evidence was always there. We have another story well, we have a story on the Substack right now about Tracy Tom. She's an advocate who built the case, built the evidence that was used to convict Fred Rear Jr. of killing Amanda Dean. Excuse me. Tracy Tom actually 3 years ago notified Special Agent John Soraya that Fred was a suspect in other problematic behavior in California and Florida. More recently, we've learned that she was right. Fred is a suspect in a murder, the disappearance and suspected homicide of a man in Florida in 2018. After he killed Amanda Dean, we're also getting information from California now confirming what Tracy Tom told BCI agents 3 years ago. So there's so many questions. Like, why is Cleveland missing? Going along with the state prosecutors and everybody else, they've replaced one false narrative that Amanda wasn't missing. Sheriff Todd Corbin claimed for 6 years that Amanda wasn't missing. She just didn't want to talk to her family. That was the first false narrative. Now, BCI investigators are done with their investigation. Fred is in prison, and BCI is now saying they're not addressing that question. So they're replacing one false narrative with a second false narrative. Tracy Tom, however, provided the evidence, the truth about what Fred did. BCI won't provide the truth about what the sheriff's office did, why they failed to investigate this homicide for 6 years. They really should answer that question. They should quit hiding the documents. Read that story at the Substack. Tracy Tom solved. She didn't solve it. She built the evidence. She built the case. The Dean family solved it. They knew in their hearts in July of 2017 that Amanda was gone. That's what they told Sheriff Todd Corbin, that they feared Fred killed Amanda Dean, but Corbin refused to investigate it until the public pressure became so much in 2022 that BCI began an investigation. There's a lot of intricacies to that story, but the story that's at the Substack today is very interesting. So please, if you have a chance, go read that. Also, if you have a chance, please consider subscribing and paying for a subscription, or just subscribe. But paying for a subscription supports local journalism like this. And we're always developing news coverage. I mentioned the Ashley Ford hearing this morning. There's another developing news item is the push to include a kitchen in the design plan for the new Sandusky City Recreation Community Center, the community center. Next week on Wednesday, not tomorrow, but next week, there's a planning commission meeting, a Sandusky Planning Commission meeting, where design plans are going to be presented. So I think there might be a push to include, get a design included that includes a kitchen. The pushback on that was it's too expensive, but we haven't seen a cost estimate. I've asked around, and I know others have asked around, and the price of a commercial kitchen that would serve the similar ways that the cafeteria, the kitchen at Mill School serves the rec center that's there now, would cost about $100,000. So we're going to find out more and see if commission will consider adding a kitchen to that location. Those and other stories are being developed at StayTunedSandusky.com. Please also check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's free. And if you can support local journalism with a donation or a subscription, please consider doing that. All the information you need is at the Substack to subscribe and get a subscription. Thank you for tuning in. This is StayTunedSandusky.com.